and welcome to the first installment of the Truckers News Celebrity Series. My name is Carolyn Magner, and I'm going to be your host tonight. It's my great privilege to introduce our first guest in the Celebrity Series, Maya Sieber.
Thank
Maya is
you.
one of the stars of the History Channel series Ice Road Truckers, as you guys all know. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment and thank our terrific sponsor, 5-Hour Energy, for making this series possible. For our audience out there, make sure you've clicked the play button to participate in the live chat. When you ask your questions, please make sure you give us your first name and city so that we can give you a shout out. Okay, well, thanks again, Maya, for talking to us. And the very first question comes from Amanda in San Francisco, and she wants to know if playing the role of rookie has been fun.
Hi, Amanda. Yeah, I learned a lot being a rookie. I didn't mind it at all. You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been trucking. You learn something new every single day, and everybody was very helpful. A lot of fun to work with, and it was a lot of fun being the rookie. I had no problems with that.
Okay, well, tell us how you got hooked up with Ice Road Truckers. Dean from Nashville wants to know.
I had written some articles in the industry, in the trucking industry, and I had a website up and a blog. And really, what I wanted to do was to give a message to the world about why we're here as truckers. People think that we're just, I don't think people realize why we're on the highways. I don't think they even go to that point to think about it, and that we are the backbone of America and everything. I mean, we move America. So we need more respect and recognition. And that's really what my goal was. And from writing those blogs and articles, I was found for the show.
Okay. And Gabe from Hawthorne, Pennsylvania asks, being a woman in a man's world, is it hard to earn respect from the guys?
It's definitely tough. I chose this industry for myself, and it was a self satisfaction type thing for me. I like challenges, so that's why I got into the industry. I love trucks. Um, and really, I don't pay really much attention to gaining anyone's respect. If I do, it's definitely rewarding. But we do, as women, we have to work twice as hard. We really, really have to work a lot harder to earn respect. Most definitely, especially from, bosses and managers and such.
Okay. Willie lives in New Jersey, and he wants to know what part of Jersey are you from?
I grew up in Bergen County, New Jersey. Um, if anyone knows where the
Okay, where are you
palace,
trucking now? Aren't you trucking in, are you in Jersey
I
still?
am. Yep. I'm still in Jersey. I'm trucking in Jersey. I'm not in Bergen County anymore. More North Jersey, where it's nice and country and quiet.
Okay. Here is another question about being a female in a man's world. Katie from Florida asks if you and Lisa feel like you're role models for female truckers.
And that's a big. I don't know. That's huge for me. When I just did an appearance right here in New Jersey for Diesel Nationals, it kind of hit me that we are. I know Lisa has been a role model, but it hit me personally. I mean, this is my first season, and I'm doing all this stuff for the first time. And there were young girls who, even their parents would say, they want to be just like you and Lisa. They want to be like you guys, and it was touching. It's really cool that I think that trucking is kind of dying in a sense. People aren't having as much fun anymore, and I think it's cool that it's becoming more exciting again.
Okay. This is from Jeff, and he wants to know where's your favorite truck stop.
My
Do
favorite
you have
truck
a
stop.
particular one where you like to anywhere?
It really depends where I'm going. I like going to Flying J's.
Okay. Okay.
All over.
Um, all right. Don Burdick asks. He says, "I'd like to know what you think about that sharp-looking Peterbilt."
The sharp looking Peterbilt.
Uh-huh.
Is he talking about the black one?
I think so. That's what I would gather.
Uh,
How did it drive? How was it driving?
there's nothing like that truck. That truck is one in a million. Definitely
Really?
something else.
Okay. Um, Randy wants to know what are some of the really scary moments on the doll, or is it staged to look scary?
No, it's definitely not staged. I had the attitude that this is going to be easy, and you know, you can't really capture how crazy it is on television. Not even a photo can. It's a lot scarier in person. It's not staged. And the one area that I was really nervous about was Adigan Pass.
Oh, okay. So, did you have any close calls?
Yes, nothing crazy, but there was times where I was bobtailing down the pass, and my truck would lock up a little bit, but you just have to just deal with it. Do what you got to do to keep it straight. There was one time I went down Adigan Pass in too high of a gear. I think that was the first run with a 10 speed instead of an 18 speed. So I still wasn't used to the truck and how it was going to react. I had a really heavy load of pipe, and I had to be on my brakes pretty much the whole time. And I was very scared, but, but I made
That,
it.
okay, Lenny, and we were taking bets to see how long this question before this question came up. But Lenny wants to know if Dave is as bad as they made him out to be.
I get asked that question probably more than any other question. I don't
So
really know
kind of tell us
Dave.
about how it was working with them and how it kind of came about on the most recent episode.
I don't really know him personally. I just know him from doing the show. He's a hard worker, and I can understand where he's coming from because you've been driving your whole life. Well, you've been driving a good portion of your life, 25 years. You know your stuff. Drive around a little 48. You go up north, and you're treated like you're 21 years old, you know, getting behind the wheel for the first time. And I could see it being very frustrating and aggravating. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But respect goes a long way. And I think that maybe it was just a different personality for up there. I don't know.
Okay. Um, Chris in Nashville wants to know what would you be doing if you weren't driving a truck?
I'm really big into fitness. And I also love cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I wanted to be a nutritionist, and I wanted to open up a gym and write a few books on the industry of trucking. I have to be in trucking some way or another. But if it wasn't trucking at all, it would probably be like to open a gym and to be a personal trainer.
Okay. Oh, that is great. That is great. And there's a lot that you can do just putting the word out on health and fitness within the trucking industry.
Right, right.
That's got that's got a lot of room for improvement.
Absolutely.
Okay, Chris, no, Bob from Walla Walla. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He wants to know how to get used to the cold.
That was tough. That was definitely very hard to function in that weather, especially bundled up and having to. It actually gets pretty warm inside the truck, so it's tough making the transition from being in the truck and then putting all these layers back on and jumping out and doing load checks. But it was funny because at one point we got up to 0 degrees and it actually felt warm. We were in like t-shirts, so you do your body does adapt.
Okay. This is from Dane, and he says, "Hey Maya, you have my respect, by the way. But what was the experience like in Alaska, and do you plan to go back?"
Thank you, Dane. The experience was amazing. I had a lot of emotions uh, doing that, driving that road and everything. It was definitely, 1 minute. It was just minute to minute, different emotions. But overall, I mean, the whole experience was something I would definitely like to do again.
Okay. Well, then Willie wants to know, are you ready to drive those dangerous roads in India?
I'm ready. You know what I really want to do? I want to do the road trains in Australia. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that
I
sounds
want to do
amazing.
something bigger and badder.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Caden from Stillwater, Oklahoma wants to know, do
Treatment, no. I mean, I don't really deal with shippers and receivers because I deliver mulch and such. So it's mostly just like I don't have to back in any doors or anything and deal with the warehouse. But a lot of I'm recognized on a daily basis, and everyone wants to take a picture or to sign their shirt and stuff like that, and it's cool, talking about my experience, and it's fun.
Okay, John Burdick wants to know where's your favorite place to run in the lower 48?
I really only I haven't been out west yet, but I do pretty much local, go down to the Carolinas or way upstate. It really depends on the time of the year. I do love going upstate because the colors and the trees are beautiful. I'd like to take a trip out west and experience that.
Okay. Tommy in Rome, Georgia. Here we go. He wants to know if you date truckers.
Um, I have not.
Nothing like putting you on the
Yes,
spot, right?
I have once. Yes.
Well, then let me just segue right into Tom's question. Hi, Maya. Are you single? LOL.
Hi, Tom. No, I'm not single.
So you have a significant other.
Correct.
Okay. Kathleen wants to know what kind of music you like to listen to.
I listen to a wide variety of music. It really depends on my mood. I love country. I like classic country. Um, Kind of picky on the new country, but I listen to dance. I listen to some some hip hop, not much, but it's rock, country, stuff like that.
Do you listen, when you were on the show, were you able to listen to what you wanted to, or did they have that lined up for you?
No, I went an entire month without listening to any music, and I think that's the first time that's ever happened in my entire life.
No.
And after a month, I said, I'm sorry, but I need to plug my iPod in just for a little while. Yeah,
Oh no! I think I'd go crazy.
I was.
Okay, here we go. Perry wants from Walcott, Iowa. He wants to know what did you think about Dave Redmond getting fired on the recent episode?
I can't say I was happy about it. I don't like to see anybody get fired. No matter what the reason is, I don't wish bad upon anybody. And we kind of stayed away from each other after the incident of the convoy. We didn't really associate with each other, so I did feel bad. But
Okay, from Gabe, for all the people who would like to go into the trucking industry, what is the valuable piece of advice you would give to them?
don't give up. Take your time. It's going to be hard starting out. You're going to feel alone. There's going to be a lot of setbacks sometimes. You really, in the beginning, you have everything being thrown at you at once. Shifting, backing up, turning, cars, whatever it is, directions, and seeing where you're going. Just don't give up. That's my biggest piece of advice.
That's great. Okay. Jim, well, he wants to know what your scariest moment was on the ice road.
I think the scariest moment on the ice road was one I mentioned earlier is when I went down Adigan Pass in too high of a gear and I had to be on my brakes the whole way. That was scary.
Marshall says, hi Maya, what are your future plans? For instance, do you have any intention of becoming an owner-operator?
Uh, yes, being an owner operator has been one of my dreams. I've always wanted to have my own truck. Um, I'm really big into customizing the trucks. I just love chrome, and definitely like to have my own truck one day. I just don't know when, but when the time's right, I will.
Okay. Kathy wants to know, what did you think of Alaska? Just the overall look of it.
Alaska,
Perspective.
it was like unlike any state I've ever seen. I've never had a desire to go there, but once I experienced it, I mean, it takes your breath away. It's the most beautiful place you'll ever see. It's definitely, it's someplace I'd like to go back to, and I never thought I'd even want to visit. The sky is amazing, and the stars and the mountains. It's incredible.
Did you see any bears?
No, I didn't see any bears. I mean, I saw muskox, I think they're called. I saw sheep, a lot of moose. A lot of moose. They're like the size of a expedition, like a Ford expedition. So that's really, you got to be careful with those.
Okay, well, Susan said she saw you on Fox News and Friends, and you did great. How was that? Was it scary or fun to go on there this morning?
Oh, that was fun. I got to go on Fox 5 with Lisa Kelly. I got to see her for the first time since we filmed. And it was cool because she was talking about her experience on Deadliest Roads that she had just done. And it's just amazing, you know. And that's definitely, I think, tougher than the Hall Road. But you guys have to watch that season to see. But it was fun this morning, and we're actually supposed to do a morning show tomorrow on WPIX 11, Northeast New York. So if you guys can, keep your eye out for that.
Okay, no, definitely. That sounds great. Okay, Willie again. He wants to know where you learned to drive a truck.
I can't. Oh, kind of self-taught. I don't know. I do know. Um, what happened was I got my permit on my own. You know, I studied it, got my permit, and I didn't want to go to the whole trucking school thing. I just basically needed a truck to pass the road test on. So I did the bare minimum, got my permit. Took literally like 13 hours behind the wheel, they call it. It's like 2 hours a day. And they set my road test up, and I just drove.
And then, okay.
Got my
All
license.
right, Dane again. He says, I'm wondering how bad the roads are up there. I live in Pennsylvania and have picked up milk in the mountains, and we have to go out no matter how the roads are. I've been interested in going out to try the ice road.
I think I encourage anybody to try the ice roads. You know, if you want a challenge, if you want to um, sharpen your driving skills, because it's all engine control. You can't be on the brakes, so that's something that you definitely learn a lot from driving the ice roads. But it is completely different than anything you'll ever drive. I mean, for example, I didn't know what to expect 100%. So when I got up there, I'm like, oh, you guys don't even use salt. So it's different, you know? They just have grooves in the ice, and that's your traction.
Okay? Now, Terry from Northport, Alabama, he wants to know what's your favorite truck.
Definitely a Kenworth. I did love Peterbilt's growing up, and I still do. I mean, they're made by the same company. But the reason I'm choosing Kenworth is because I do have an ultimate goal, which is to own my own truck. And the only reason I'm choosing Kenworth over Pete is I just like the front end better. I think it's more aggressive looking. And everybody I know, we're all big into like hooking trucks up and truck shows and everything. And everybody has a Peterbilt, and that's fine. But there's only so much you can do to kind of stand out from the rest. So I want to take kind of a different road and hook up a W900L.
That is cool. That is cool. What color?
Blue.
I mean, when you're going to buy your own.
Blue with a lot of metallic.
Ah, okay, okay. Will you do anything to the interior?
I want like all black leather interior, a lot of chrome on the dash.
So you've kind of got your plan going. You've kind of got your wish list going.
Oh, I have a wish list. I have a wish list on Iowa 80 already.
Oh yeah. Is it like Amazon? Can you do a list for if anybody wants to contribute?
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Um, okay, Max wants to know that shows like this really put the image of the truckers out there for the general public and help give them a more positive image. What can truck drivers do to help their own image, in your opinion?
I just think that it really, you have to be proud about what you do, be more outspoken, you know, demand respect. Um, Not demand, but just be proud of your job, be proud of what you do. You gotta work as a group and just voice your, I don't know. just do what I'm doing. Talk about it a lot. Make an online
You're
blog
really
or something.
promising to, right? Okay. Georgie from Baton Rouge, she says, how can I get an autograph?
You can visit my website. It's mayasieber.com, MAYASIEBER, and you can order a personalized photograph from there.
Okay, great, great. And he also, Marshall wants to know about your Facebook fans. Has your page gotten so busy that you can't keep up with your messages?
Yes, my messages on my personal Facebook, I can't, I just can't keep up with that. And especially with whatever they're doing with Facebook now, they updated it and like the chat and like all this stuff is mixed into one big thing. It's making me even